can tell you,
as someone,
NRM will be voted in 2026 massively.
Honorable Quiz, as someone who has a clear grasp of the dynamics, the geopolitics of Chisoro, what does the win by an independent suggest?
Thank you very much, and I want to welcome our Secretary General for UPC.
Honorable B. Thank you for joining us. Yes.
So you see, there is when there is time to discuss politics, and there is when time to recut the realities. First of all, as a member of NRM and who has been participating for some time, you know, I have been longer in politics than Odoi.
No, I've not been in politics, I've been in academics.
It's academics, yes. So for you to organize good elections, whether primary or national elections, you must have a good and acceptable register. In this case, NRM, I will talk with evidence from my constituency and my district that NRM needs to work on acceptable register, which they don't have. So when they call for primary elections, you find that people are now writing names on the same day they are having elections, which is a very big problem that Honorable Odoi needed to work on with sufficient resources. Secondly, the staffs that manage the primary elections, some of them have no capacity at all. And some of them have selfish interests or personal. They have a conflict, they are biased. So such that now by the time each polling station in a primary election, when they come, the total aggregate to be announced by Odoi, it is questionable. So the quality and the even qualitative, we find there is a very big problem. So that's where the problem starts from. Do they have sufficient resources? Do they have sufficient tools to use? Are the registers acceptable? If the registers are not acceptable, how do you say the results will be acceptable? That's one that was very, very fundamentally wrong. Secondly, where there was a problem in Chisoro, it is under our constitution of NRM that when such a kind of thing happens, it is not where there is a flag bearer. There are two differences. There is when Kwizera was pulled out of Parliament because of the errors committed by Electoral Commission, I still was a flag bearer. So there was no need to look for a flag bearer because they already had a flag bearer. I was a flag bearer. But in this case, when our late minister died, now there was no flag.
Yeah, she died with the flag.
So the process should have started with having a district conference of all members of the district who matter.
Did Kampala dictate?
So you wait. Now, when the member, Honorable Baryomunsi, went to Chisoro, I talked to him myself, and we agreed that there should be a district conference to build the consensus and to harmonize the issues of NRM. Now, our flag bearer has passed on, our member of parliament has passed on. So as a district, how do we move? There was nothing like that. Instead, the Honorable Baryomunsi went to Chisoro, and instead of meeting leaders, he met the prospective candidates who would want flags. And many of them were not even known as NRM. So that was a very big challenge where it created an error. So we realized that, you mean we are no longer a district? We are now under the colony of Kavala and Kanongo. So the people became very, very disappointed that instead of Chisoro, which is an independent district, which was actually liberated from Kavala by, among others, by His Excellency the President in 1991, we became a district. We have leaders. And we are constitutionally mandated. I am constitutionally mandated to talk for my people of Buchimbiri and Chisoro on the issues that relate to them. But this time, nobody was given an opportunity. Instead, you see people in Rwanda, people in Kanungu coming to talk on behalf of the Bafumbira and the Bachimbiri.
Now, from Rwanda?
Rwanda County.
Rwanda is
you find people in Rwanda coming to take decisions, and people from Kanungu taking decisions on behalf of ourselves. So now you come in the midst of the NRM headquarters. The NRM headquarters, you see Mulindwa, who has never gone to Chisoro, you see Seninde, you see them coming to canvass votes without even involving us. So they ignored us. And people said, but we have leaders. So
this was more of a Kampala managed affair.
It was a Kampala managed affair. It was not on grassroots. So now what they did, they said, these people always come during the elections. They tell us a lot of promises and lies. They don't come back. it means they are driven by the allowances they get. Now that they have been given 500 million to come and look for votes, which they never even disclosed, which they should have disclosed in the district conference, and the district conference should have made the budget. There is nobody in Chisoro who knows the budget of that election. So people said, oh, let us now leave them. So we have a problem in the NRM where we have what we are, instead of people becoming national ministers, they become constituency ministers and district ministers. You find a minister who has never done anything in the whole region of Kigezi is concentrating on his own constituency. And when time for election comes, he wants to usurp the powers of the member of parliament.
Okay, there was a sense that this is an election that pitted Mzee Mateke